guys, so I decided to come on here and do a video on how to put together a keyboard rig just like the one that I have and I use on Sundays at my local church for the purpose of educating or providing information to keyboardists or churches out there who want to go into the space of having a rig and the routing involved in it and equipment, cables and the cabling to go about having this setup made properly and to have a rig like this in your church. This is for information purposes for musicians and church musicians especially. Come along with me as we get this rig routed together and then you'll see how it's done. So firstly, these are my boards. I have this is a Novation Impulse 61 key. It's a MIDI controller. There are no physical sounds in this board. It's just a MIDI controller. And on the top I have the Yamaha, that's it, MX49. It's like a portable synth. Basically this has the same engine as the Yamaha Motif XF series. So this is the portable version, the MX series. So that's what I have on the top. I have a mini mixer, an audio interface, MacBook Pro on this side. Just went through some cabling. Have TSR cables for audio outs, MIDI cables, and have some USB cables. So that's basically the cabling that goes into having this rig lined up and ready for use. Alright, so we'll do our routing of our cabling. First we want to get our TRS, and what I usually do for my setup is I go stereo out on my keys. So output right, first cable, and then second TRS, I go output left. So we have stereo output on the back of the top board. Alright, so we want to get this into the mini mixer. So we go from the output right. On this one there's a right and a left, so we go right into the right channel and then left into the left channel. So that's our audio from the top board into the mini mixer. Now we want to get audio from the bottom, which is a MIDI keyboard. So what we'll do is we'll get the USB out from the back of this. So we go USB this way. So you need a hub for this. So into USB, into the hub. So put this one here, and then the audio out for this board will come from this. I have a Focusrite Scarlett audio interface. So Scarlett Solo. It's a cheap one, so you can find it from Keynote or CHM or whichever. So that comes out USB also, so this connects to here, and then you have this going into the same hub, which then will have to be connected to the MacBook. That's there. Then we want to get audio from this unit into our mini mixer also. So what we do is we go TRS. So same as the top board, we go left and right out, stereo out. So on the back of the Focusrite we have right, and that goes into the next channel on the mini mixer. It goes into right and left, goes into left here. Alright, so what this does is the keyboard on the bottom acts as the main keyboard, and it draws sounds from the MacBook, which I have main stage installed on this. I got my sustain pedal. It's a Roland DP10 sustain and damper. So what I do at church is I have the Yamaha grand piano coming from the top board and mixed in with my software synths from the laptop, which comes through the bottom board. So what I need to do is to get this keyboard on the bottom to trigger sounds from the top, and what the industry standard for music is using a MIDI cable. So I have one here, so we'll just route MIDI from the top board to the bottom one. So this goes MIDI in, so MIDI in on the top, MIDI out on the bottom. So what this essentially does is it allows this board on the bottom to control or trigger sounds in this top board via MIDI cable. So we've got our MIDI routed in, again in, out on the bottom, in on the top. That allows us to control sounds from this board using the bottom keyboard. MIDI is a totally different subject altogether, so if you have any questions, put in the comments and I'll answer them regarding MIDI. So you have channel 1 to 16 on both MIDI channels 1 to 16 on both boards. So you have to pair in the settings which channel triggers which sound. So you have 16 sounds that could be triggered by using MIDI channel 1 to MIDI channel 16. So right now for this setup, I have the grand piano from the Yamaha set to MIDI channel 1 and the bottom keyboard set to MIDI channel 1. So when I play this keyboard, it triggers the grand piano, the Yamaha grand piano. I believe it's the Concert Grand on the Yamaha. I like that grand piano because it cuts through the mix on, especially when you have the whole band playing and you need the piano to cut through the mix in the front of house. The Concert Grand on the Yamaha MX49, MX61, MX88, or the Motif XF series. That's a good grand piano to go with it. Now we'll fire up the laptop and we'll see what's going on the laptop. So we'll plug this one into the laptop. Previously I used to rig this MIDI controller. It's a Yamaha, it's a Roland A500 Pro. I might have to find a use for it. Probably route it along with these two to have it going. Alright, so if you can tell, the MIDI controller has come on. So it's powered through USB as well as the audio interface. So what I got here is a main stage container called Sunday Sounds. So if you can get a closer shot at the keys, once I press the MIDI controller, this software is responding. If I can turn this one on. So I've got all my software synths running on Sunday Sounds, which I can trigger using the MIDI controller, and the audio here on the settings, if I open these settings, is listed as primary controller 1, all devices, selected on all devices, and it comes out, the audio on this from the software comes out of the Focusrite, and then it goes through TRS into the mixer, and then I have knobs here to control the levels of that signal coming in, and then I have on the other channel I have the top board coming in on the other channel, which I have knobs here to control the volume or the gain of those signals coming through. Okay, so now that we have all our routing done, I'll just demo what it sounds like and what's going on with all the routing, the piano, and the synths on the bottom coming from main stage. So we have sounds coming out of here. These are my synths from the laptop, which are mapped to these faders on my controller. So I got the warm pad here, got the electric piano on this one. That's an electric piano, got some bottle type sound, got an arp going on. I got a Korg Triton VST, so I have some Triton sounds coming through here also. The Triton going, another Triton pad on this one. These are all software synths coming through here. What we did earlier on through the MIDI is allow the piano to come from the top. So what I need to do for this one is just turn this volume up here, make sure that I have signal coming through there. I got that piano, so it's triggered from this one, along with everything that I've got going on the bottom. You just have a feel of the entire rig together. So that's everything playing together. So that's basically my rig for Sunday, which I use in church. I hope this helps someone. If you're thinking of doing the same thing in your church, this could be good information for you. Let me know what you think. If there's any way I can assist in providing some advice, then I shall do that. Thank you. Shalom. God bless.